Hello everyone, EmpireBaron here. Thank you for joining me. I have what should prove to be a very exciting matchup here. Round 2 action between KokosBloem in the red and Kumruke in the blue. This is the second round and the first game of the RTS-Sanctuary.com tournament. I'm very excited. I will be able to bring you all of these games. And we will see a very interesting start here from KokosBloem. He is going to start with that dock on that far lake, and he's moving his scout up the map. You'll see the very high LOS bonus on that scout. We're going to be able to clear up this map very quickly. He has got that storehouse already built by his berries. We are seeing now his scout just moving around, trying to see where Kumruke is. He has now moved his new villagers being created onto the onto the wood, excuse me. He has now found Kumruke's base in that 3 o'clock position of the map, and he is going to keep scouting around the rest of this map. He sees Kumruke's scout now moving south. And he goes back and is building more villagers, and that dock is almost completed. Be very interesting to see how this pans out for him. He's going to put that villager on food. But this very early dock will help him in the mid game, but in turn it will delay his first age upgrade slightly. But he will have an advantage with that very fast food resource constant in that lake. All right, the first fishing boat is now being completed for KokosBloem, and he is going to expand out and build that storehouse by that fast wood resource. He's moving all his villagers down to build that, so this is going to delay this age upgrade quite a bit. We'll see how many population he gets up to before he gets to that age upgrade. All right, we see the scout for Kumruke moving through the base, and the first barracks is being built by Kumruke already. Let's see how KokosBloem responds to this. He is going to build 2 more villagers, so we're up to 17 population now. Most of the time with no dock, you'll see 15 population be the time that they upgrade to that next stage. Another villager is going to go over on wood now from food. And that leaves 3 villagers on food, I believe. And another villager come off of food and go and build a house right there. So that age upgrade is in the works now with 17 population. That's 16 villagers. The first spearman is created for Kumruke, and he is moving it down. We see that because KokosBloem has his scout perched right outside of Kumruke's base. So no doubt KokosBloem sees that, and he responds with a barracks of his own. He's going to spend 7 villagers to go over and build that barracks so he can get it up quick and put a defense to this spearman that's on his way down the map. See how fast that barracks is built, and another spearman is on its way for Kumruke. So we'll no doubt see Hapaspis being made as soon as this age upgrade finishes. And there's the age upgrade. 3 Hapaspis are in the works. 3 more villagers are in the works. And now he is going to build. His second military building will be an archery range. Right there is an archery range being built. He sees that early barracks, so he's going to counter that barracks with an archery range. The last build, the new build, for instance, made Toxotos, the archers, strong against infantry units and nerfed their hit points. And now we see 3 Hapaspis completed for KokosBloem, and we have a rather large force there set up for Kumruke. 3 Hapaspis of his own, along with 3 spearmen. KokosBloem is trying to build up more forces. A couple more archers are being made. A couple more Hapaspis being made. A steady amount of villagers. Another fishing boat comes down. A couple more houses being built up, trying to get ready, and he has his scout picked off. So first blood goes to Kumruke for picking off that scout. And now KokosBloem is blind to what Kumruke is going to do. KokosBloem is going to expand out to that other gold and berry resource there, putting a storehouse right next to it. He's building a decent force, and he's going to go try to get a little bit more information here with these 3 archers and a couple Hypaspis force. We see a watchtower for Kumruke, and there's the force for Kumruke. He's retreating, and let's see if there's another force waiting there for Kumruke. KokosBloem, yes, and there's Ceres come in, and KokosBloem is forced to retreat back to the safety of his town center. Kumruke is going to keep map control in this game, and KokosBloem loses another Hypaspis there. A Ceres charges in for Kumruke, and let's see if KokosBloem will pick off that Ceres. He is chasing it down the map, and it doesn't look like. There he goes. He is going to pull them back. That spearman upgrade just completed for KokosBloem, and we see a couple more barracks go up. That is his counter to the Ceres he saw. He is going to try to put together a force to deal with that. He is going to go knock out these watchtowers while he has time. That is a very good thing. Don't forget to do that. Don't leave your enemy with intelligence if you have time to remove that. He's going to organize his fishing boats here. He's just about picked off that watchtower, those 2 watchtowers now. And down they go. He's going to reassemble his force into one centralized location now. He knows Kumruke has a substantial force right at that choke point in between the forest and the cliff. And let's see how long it takes Kumruke to push down. Some more houses for KokosBloem being built. He's going to bring that force down now and combine his troops. We need to see quite a fast expansion go on here for KokosBloem. Another spearman is in the works as well as a fishing boat. We see a decent sized force for KokosBloem here, but he is stalled making his infantry completely, seeing no archers. And he is now upgrading the berry pickers because he has quite an imbalance of gold and food here. It's good to keep about equal gold with food, maybe even more food than gold. Gold you need to use for upgrades and wood as well, and then you have the food and the gold for units. So you want to have near equal gold with food, and it's hard to keep the balance of your villagers in that direction, but it is very important because here you'll see he has quite a bit more gold than food, and that is going to be a problem here in constantly building units. You see now at this moment, he is getting rushed by Ceres in the north, and he is going to move to respond to that. Those villagers that were getting gold in the north now are being chased back down to the safety of the town center by those Ceres, and he is responding by moving his entire force up, and those Ceres retreat away now from that attack, but the damage was done, and those villagers, he killed a couple villagers and forced them to run away. And now KokosBloem is moving his troops around, but you see Kumruke knows it because of that watchtower. And Kumruke is responding. We saw a little bit of troops, and there's a bunch of archers for Kumruke. So Kumruke has massed archer now and is pushing KokosBloem to retreat. The archers for KokosBloem are holding the ground, and now they are forced to retreat back to the safety of the town center. That was a lot of archers for Kumruke. Kumruke was macroing the troops very nicely, and now we see a few more stables go up. And a few stables go up. Sorry, he is now just building stables, seeing that many archers. Kumruke is switching around the forces he uses and keeping KokosBloem on his heels in this match. Archers are now coming in and out, just doing damage, picking off KokosBloem's troops, and then retreating, microing beautifully for Kumruke. And now we have some spearmen come in for KokosBloem, but I saw barely any cavalry there now for Kumruke. And the stables are almost complete. More archers are being built, and he's trying to build spearmen, and so he can maybe go and snare some of those archers. Let's see if it works out for him and what he can do here. He's reassembling his force, trying to keep them close to the defense of that town center. While these stables are being completed, he's also in Kui. He has that third age upgrade. 2 more villagers will be built, and he'll be on his way to that third age. We have now a lull in the battle, and those archers, here come the archers for Kumruke now, charging in and then retreating. And we have a full now a push for KokosBloem and then a retreat. So Kumruke got those troops out of there in time. KokosBloem retreats back to the safety of his town center. And let's see now how this battle takes place. We have a couple troops defending the gold mine to the north now. A watchtower in the back sees those stables built. And the archers now are trying to push across. They fire a volley off and then retreat back. Those spearmen are reaching the archers, and they snare just one, but Kumruke micros them gorgeously, and only one gets snared and pulls the rest away. KokosBloem retreats. Now Kumruke splits his forces into two. We see those forces for KokosBloem being trapped in the middle. The Series pour in and charged and push KokosBloem back on the retreat. Kumruke is just microing his troops beautifully, keeping map control in this game. Now we see Peltis counter for Kumruke against these archers. Those Series push in, trying to force Kumruke back. Kumruke now is just picking off these infantry units of KokosBloem, and KokosBloem is powerless to do anything about it. Kumruke has a substantial force here now, putting pressure on to KokosBloem. KokosBloem is expanding out here to stone and is going to try to get a defensive building up, but look at the size of that force for Kumruke, just pouring it on here. KokosBloem has got his work cut out for him. He's made it to the third age, and he is upgrading now his cavalry, those Series, but there's just not many of them on the field, and now all his fishing boats have run out of fish. He's got to search for more fish right in the heat of the battle, and he has such an imbalance in food and gold. He is almost out of food at the moment, and that is going to play a huge role in the end of this game, because he is trying to pump out units. He's pushing Kumruke back, but he just does not have the force. Kumruke is retreating smartly and now is pushing back again after a reorganization of his troops, and KokosBloem just does not have a very large force. He has run out of food. He is frantically getting those villagers now back off of gold, finally onto those berries, and help balance out this food here. He is going to move down now to this southern patch of berries, and there is just a steady battle going on in front of KokosBloem's town center here. He is holding his troops, and he is holding out in the defense of that town center against this heavy archer-based army, but look at the size of it for Kumruke. He is just sweeping now pushing those Peltis into a close-range combat and keeping the Toxotos far back. And now he has merged them together again, and Kumruke is just microing these troops beautifully, picking off KokosBloem's defense. You see a battering ram coming in, pushing through, trying another battering ram coming in, and the archers for Kumruke are trying to defend the battering ram. KokosBloem destroys one of them, but another one is there to repeat the damage going on that stable. He almost has that stable down. Now the archers for Kumruke are picking off all the units for KokosBloem, trying to kill that battering ram. KokosBloem is doing anything he can, and another battering ram comes in to seal the deal, I think, here. We are going to see KokosBloem resign any minute now. Thank you, everybody, for watching. I have game 2 of this matchup, so stay posted. See if KokosBloem can get revenge here. Please subscribe, and thank you everybody for watching. EmpireBaron out.